Okay, so let's now get started. And
Okay.
first of all, look at this photo. Yeah. So, would you like to live in such city?
Can you repeat, please?
So,
The
would you
problem is
like to live in such city?
why not? Yes, I would like to live there.
Why?
So it looks like New York, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Now, let's have a look at our book. Yeah. Page 10.
Okay.
So first, did your hometown go through any difficulties within its history?
With what?
Your hometown go through any difficulties during its lifetime?
Yes. Several years ago, there wasn't well-run traffic, and there weren't any clubs and extracurricular activities for children, but now it's okay.
I see. So, what difficulties might a city face? Let's have a look at the list. Yeah, first, do you understand all these words in exercise 1?
So, an economic downturn, earthquake, severe pollution, hurricane, flooding, terrorism, armed conflict, high crime. Yes, I know all these phrases.
So, has your hometown ever experienced a hurricane?
No, no hurricane, no flooding, no terrorism, fortunately. Because I'm not from St. Petersburg. I live near the St. Petersburg. But there was a terrorism in St. Petersburg on the 3rd of April. I don't remember which year. Someone exploded the bomb in the underground, if you know.
Yeah, sure.
And if you remember, the plane which flew from Egypt to St. Petersburg was exploded above the Sinai desert in 2015. Yes, in 2015. So, yes. But my hometown is quite safe.
Lucky you. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna read about 3 cities, yeah, which are Manchester, then let it be Bilbao, yeah, and what towns? Let me remember. And Bogota. So, have you heard anything about any of these cities?
I know nothing special about those cities. I know that Bogota is rather poor, maybe, but I can mistake.
Okay, now read through these three texts. Yeah, they are text 1 is at page 185. Text 2 is page 186. And text 3 is page 195. Yeah. So read.
I have no paper of those pages, but I need to open the online textbook. So how can I do this?
So
one moment.
Yeah, sure.
Outcomes.
So don't worry about the words you don't know for now, yeah? Just scan the text, 1 minute only for all these three texts. Just scan and like pick up which problems did each of the cities have.
So 1 moment, it's opening.
Sure. So while it's opening, I hope you know which of these cities is, well, like the most famous.
Probably Manchester.
Manchester, definitely.
Manchester.
Definitely, yeah.
Because I don't know the third city at all. I've never heard about it. Okay.
Well, probably I can just voice the text.
So I found both.
Okay. So 1 minute for these three texts.
It's too little for me.
So what was the problem with Bogota?
Congestion, slum, protests, crime.
Exactly. Okay. What about Manchester? What did it suffer?
Manchester had terrorism.
And it was bombed, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened in Bilbao?
Where is Bilbao? 97. 1 moment.
Okay.
Bilbao, Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm.
And unemployment.
Mm-hmm. And pollution, yeah.
Pollution, okay.
As well as economic downturn. Right. And now let's go over some vocabulary from these texts. So, which is about Bogota. Yeah? So, some words which I found there which might be interesting. Yeah? Congestion. What's congestion? Do you remember?
Congestion, a crowded place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's like too many cars. Yeah. Gripped.
Gripped, I don't know.
Let's try to guess from the context. Yeah. Where is that? Gripped by fear of crime. So it's like kept or affected. Yeah.
Affected.
Like you may say, nowadays, the whole world is gripped by the fear of COVID-19. Yeah.
I see.
Large scale.
A big amount.
Yeah, it would just mean like expensive. Yeah. Large scale changes would mean lots of changes.
Okay, one moment. Large scale. Extensive.
Oh,
deprived. Maybe when economics goes down. No?
Well, it's lack of basic materials. Yeah. Demolish. What do we do when we demolish?
Demolish. We clear the space.
Exactly. It's like knock something down. Yeah. What's polo?
No. Down. Polo. Is it a t-shirt?
No. It's a game which is something like hockey played on a horseback. That's like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard of that, honestly. I've always known only water polo, but what's that? Okay, tackle.
Tackle, something common, but I don't remember.
It's like to deal with a problem, yeah? Try deal with a problem. Impose.
Impose.
Like
to arrest, maybe.
Require, yeah, like force. Make someone do something. And enrollment. I hope.
When you start doing something.
Exactly. When you register for some kind of course, for example, yeah, or whatever. So, any other difficult words in this text?
I don't know. We should read the text to know about.
Okay, read through it again more carefully. Yeah.
About Bogota, yes?
Yeah.
Should I read aloud or not?
I think just for yourself, yeah.
For yourself, okay. Mhm. Expropriate. What's this?
Oh, haven't you studied the history of the USSR of like 1917, 1920? It is about expropriation, like when you, well,
Divide?
Kind of divide. So you make everything like public property, not a personal property, but public property.
So I understand, but I can't find the Russian word for it.
Oh, they just say expropriация. Yeah.
Я такого слова по-русски не знаю. Okay, I see.
Well, so let's now a few questions. So, would it be nice if your house was demolished?
My own house? No.
Definitely no. Okay. Would you opt for enrollment on a music course this year?
No, because I have a primary music education. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you impose rules during your classes?
Sometimes.
Definitely. Okay. Is your hometown deprived?
No, it's not deprived, but it's not affluent.
I see. Was your family gripped by fear in this March-April period?
No, but my husband at the very beginning felt anxious about the situation, but I imposed him and said that he was acting like an idiot.
I see. Is there congestion in your town?
No congestion.
Okay. Large scale changes always a good thing?
For me, yes. Why not?
Don't they cause some kind of anxiety?
Anxiety when you feel anxious, yes? No, for me not. I am a flexible person.
Wonderful. Have you ever played polo?
No, I'm not.
And finally, do you think you'll tackle boosting your vocabulary?
So, because my memory is pretty good, but I feel some difficult to use it in my speech.
I see. Okay, now let's move on to Manchester. First, some words, yeah. So what's, how do you think we read that?
Recession.
And that is right, yeah. Recession. And it means like a period of temporary economic decline, yeah. That's it. So for instance, in the beginning of 1990s, yeah, everyone understood there would be a recession, but most people hoped it would be over soon, yeah. So host.
No idea.
No idea. It's like when something happens in your house or in your city.
For example.
So for the first meaning, host is like the owner of a house. Yeah. So for instance, if I come to see you, I am a guest, you are a host.
Yes.
But as a verb, to host means like to be a host for some event. For instance, you can say that St. Petersburg hosted football championship of 2018.
Okay, I see.
So we had this word deprived, yeah?
Yes.
So what it means?
Deprived means lack of basic material.
Or forgotten, like that, yeah, Okay, neglected.
Neglected.
Like lacking proper care, yeah? For instance, if you don't water your flowers and they get withered, yeah, dry and withered. So you can say they are neglected, yeah. Or if you've got a country house, but you don't visit it for, say, 2 or 3 years, you go on holiday abroad instead, and your house becomes neglected, yeah.
So, is the word abandoned the synonym of this one?
In a way, yes. Hideous.
Okay. Hideous. I don't remember. I know this word hideous. Hideous.
It's like extremely ugly, yeah. You may say, I don't know, well, for me, snakes are hideous. Though I do admit they are graceful in a way, but just launch.
Launch, it's to come into on the ground, no?
It's like to start something. If we are talking about space engineering, yeah, launching means the opposite process, when the rocket takes off.
Takes off, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and so it means like organizing or starting something, yeah?
Okay.
So pedestrians, I hope you know, pedestrians?
Yes, I know. It's people who walk on the...
Exactly. Walk along the pavement. Yeah.
Yes.
Divert.
Divert? No.
No, it's pause to change direction. Yeah. So for instance, I don't know, the river diverts, yeah, like moves or whatever. Boost.
Okay, to make something better, improve, develop, and so on.
Yeah, yeah. And to rate as a verb.
To put into groups.
Yeah, like to measure. To measure, yeah. Okay. So, do you think Russia is experiencing recession right now?
Yes, maybe.
In a way, yes.
Because I'm not an economist, but in my opinion, yes.
Has your town ever hosted any international events?
My hometown, no, but St. Petersburg every year hosts many events.
Is it, well, when you say that something is hideous, does it mean you like it?
No, no.
Definitely no. Do you launch something in the beginning or in the end?
In the beginning.
Definitely. And do you have to rate your students' progress?
Yes, of course. It's part of my job, of my profession.
Is it nice when some of them boosts?
Of course, I work for this.
And do you like being a pedestrian?
Yes, why not?
Okay, so now, are there any other difficult words in the text about Manchester?
Manchester, okay, let me see. To devastate means ruin, yes?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, Stalingrad was devastated in 1943.
Divert, cause to change direction.
So diverting main roads, yeah, like making them go in different directions.
It's clear.
It's clear, okay. Now then, let's move on to the last text, yeah?
Flourishing.
What does that mean? Do you remember?
When something goes well.
Yeah. Can you find the synonym from the previous list? boosting, yeah, boosting.
Ah, boosting, okay.
Yeah, developing, improving. Okay, profound.
No, yeah. Something found.
Well, chatting with the native speakers has profound positive effect on your speaking skills.
Boost?
Like important or intense, yeah. Profound.
Is it an adjective?
Yeah. Okay, to soar. Well, the Everest.
It's about birds, for example, yes? Or...
Yes, we may use it about birds. We may use it about mountains. We might say the Everest soars 8,848 meters. So it means like rise high, yes.
Rise high, fly.
I hope you know discourage, yeah?
Yes, of course.
And abandon, we've mentioned this word today, yeah?
Yes, I know this word.
Contaminated.
One moment. Contaminated. No idea.
No, so it's like when something becomes dirty or impure because it has been exposed to some poisonous substances. Yeah. For instance, we may say contaminated surgery. We mean dealing with wounds which have this yellowish and greenish substance going out of them, you know, yeah? How do you think we would read this?
Hold.
Yeah, absolutely. And it means like something completely, yeah? You might stop the progress, for instance, or you might stop deprivation, whatever. To embark as a verb.
Don't know.
No, it's like to go on board. Yeah, you might embark a ship, for example. Yeah, or it has the second meaning like begin. Yeah. So to replicate.
Replicate. Say something.
For instance, nowadays we can see the replica of the first Christ Xavier Cathedral. It has been replicated.
You removed.
Yeah, like make the exact copy of something, yeah? This might be a copy of smaller size, yeah? For instance, you might replicate St. Isaac's Cathedral in this small, you know, wooden model, yeah? But that's the exact copy. And strand.
I don't know.
It's like an element, a part of a whole, yeah? A part of something.
Okay.
So, do you think your town is flourishing?
In some, yes, in some occasions, yes. Our administration is making roads, is removing roads, and building playgrounds.
Okay. Did this pandemic situation have the profound effect on your life?
I would like say yes, because maybe 2 years ago, I dreamt to start online lessons, but I was afraid of them. I don't know why, because I didn't imagine how should I make the lessons laptop. And in 2019, in September, I started working for myself, and I rented the location, and everything was pretty good, but in March 2020, I couldn't work with my students offline anymore, and I was shocked, and I was in depression for a week. And so I had to start working online because of the pandemic situation in the world. So, and if this situation didn't happen, I wouldn't start work online. Never. So, and in my opinion, it's not difficult. So you just have to start. That's all.
Really, I would agree completely. Okay. Is it nice if someone discourages you?
No, all my friends and my family
Okay, so
I don't remember the word поддерживать.
Support.
Yes, support me.
So, have you ever abandoned a country house?
No, we have a country house in Pskov, near the Pskov, near Великие Луки, yes. And we go there every year, every summer.
So do I, and that's near Pskov too. Okay. Do you embark in the beginning or in the end of your voyage?
At the beginning.
Have you halted working offline?
No. I work offline. I have been working offline since June.
I see. Okay.
And now I work and online and offline and in groups and as anyone wants.
Same with me. I also work both online and offline. Sometimes my offline students feel under the weather, or just lazy to get to me, and they
Yes.
text me and say, well, could we study online? So, okay, no problem.
Yes, me too. Mm-hmm.
Like that. Okay, so any other difficult words in this text?
Let me see.
Probably we could read this out loud, just
About
Bilbao, yeah, Bilbao.
Okay, let's read. Since it's, I can see well. Since its completion in 1997, the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, the capital of the Basque region of northern Spain, has become one of the most famous buildings in the world. Many people will have visited the city just to see it and found a flourishing city with a vibrant nightlife. However, fewer will be aware of the profound change that the gallery symbolizes. Up until the early 80s, Bilbao had been dominated by steel plants and shipbuilding, which brought wealth, but which also created heavy smoke and choked the city. However, during the later part of the decade, the city was hit by an economic downturn that so many factories closed down and unemployment soared. Okay. The city was also affected by threats and acts of terrorism by the Basque separatist group, ETA, apart from causing problems for local people. All of this also discouraged inward investment and tourism to the city. Over the years, many factories closed down and thousands of people abandoned the city, leaving contaminated land and large numbers of condemned buildings. To halt the decline, the city embarked on a strategy to reinvent itself as a center for culture, tourism, and new technologies. Obviously, constructing a series of major buildings designed by famous international architects was a key part of this process. However, it's important to recognize it was only one part of the strategy. Other cities trying to replicate the so-called Guggenheim effect may have failed because they didn't take up the other strands of Bilbao's regeneration project. These includes ongoing heavy investment in training and education with a particular focus on computing and technology. The city improved the transport links and created 2 metro lines, and also developed service industries such as hosting events and conferences. It also modernized what remained of its more traditional industries and attracted new companies to the technology part of the outskirts of the city. There have been some voices of opposition that suggest the process didn't benefit many of the working class people most affected by the regional crisis. Nevertheless, it's difficult to deny it's been a success which has seen the city return to its previous population levels and survive the major recession that began in 2008.
Great. So, any difficult words?
No.
No.
You found all the difficult words for me.
Okay, now let's have a look at exercise 5, yeah? So what we have to do here.
Exercise 5.
Page 11.
Student's book.
Oh, probably, yeah.
On page 11, I have the exercises 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Oh, sorry, let me have a look. Maybe I just mixed something with the numbers. Ah, yes, definitely. That's page 10.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. Page 10, number 5, yeah?
Okay.
So, which of the city these sentences refer to?
Some other cities have unsuccessfully tried to copy what it did. Bilbao.
Bilbao, yes, exactly. And by the way, why were they not successful?
Don't remember.
Because they only took some measures, but they didn't like just one strand. Yeah. Okay, next.
The government forced people to sell something. Bogota.
Yes. And what were people forced to sell?
Can you repeat, please?
What were people forced to sell?
Islam?
Okay, next one.
Sport has played a role in the city's redevelopment. Oh, Manchester.
Exactly. In what way did sport play Manchester?
They hosted some sports events. I don't remember.
Okay.
Some of the changes were paid for by motorists. Bogota.
Yes, it is. Okay.
It has a more diverse economy that it did in the past. Or maybe Bogota or Bilbao.
Yeah, that's Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Okay.
Has aimed to create a child-friendly environment. It's Bogota.
Yes. Why did it aim for the child-friendly environment?
Because they wanted to live the better life for all the city.
Okay, yeah. And 7.
The changes made it better able to survive a second downturn. Manchester.
Exactly. And
a bad event turned out to be fortunate. So Manchester.
And what is that bad event?
So explosion.
Yeah. And what changes made Manchester better able to survive a second downturn?
Economic changes.
The seventh one refers to Bilbao. And 8, yes, 8 is Manchester. Okay. And now let's have a look at the questions in exercise 6 first, yeah? So, which of these stories do you think is the most interesting?
All of them are similar for me.
Okay. Are there any comparable cities in Russia?
So maybe not in Russia. What about Hiroshima in Japan?
In what way is it similar?
With to Manchester. So, because now it's a flourish city.
Flourishing city, right?
Like Manchester.
Okay. Well, St. Petersburg is, I would say, quite child-friendly, since there are a plethora of playgrounds, after-school clubs, parks, and sports centers. And what about your town?
My town is child-friendly too. So I don't want to move to another city now because it's child-friendly and I have 2 daughters and they take many extracurricular activities.
So, which cities of Russia have new iconic buildings? Well, when I read,
St. Petersburg, for example, not. It has a new Ohta Center building. It's beautiful and amazing.
Honestly, as St. Petersburg dweller, I wouldn't say it's amazing. For me, that's just probably I would even dare say an ugly spot on the beautiful face of the old city.
Really?
Like that, yeah.
You can take nice pictures there because near the center there is a river. River.
Yes, I see your point. So why do you think, I would say, most redevelopment projects fail?
Because the lack of money.
Yes, and I would say the second reason is lack of persistence in people.
Yes, I agree with you.
And do you think hosting sporting events is good for a city?
Yes, because every hosting, is connected with money and tourism. So it's good for budget of the city or a town and so on.
So yes, I agree with you to a certain extent, but what about the pollution it causes? And sometimes even the loss of uniqueness.
So you have to take care about pollution you should employ people to clean the streets and so on. I think it's not a big problem. For example, every year in Germany, Germany hosts the Oktoberfest, and after it, there is enormous mess. It's awful, but no problem. They clean all the streets and so on.
Well, I see your point, but Germany is like a special country, you know. Its motto, Ordnung ist Ordnung, says everything about it. I don't think any other country would manage that.
Maybe yes.
Okay, now let's move on to number 7, yeah, where we have to focus on the words in italics, yeah, and replace them with the synonym. So,
number 1. The city has undergone.
yeah, undergone changes, of course.
In recent years. The government will have poor.
Yes, we'll have poor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's my husband. I have to leave him.
Yeah, I see, no problem.
1 moment.
Definitely, definitely.
So, I'm here.
Okay.
The government will have poured 3 billion into the transport system.
So
the slums.
Why did we need the third form here? Good.
Because I see have here, so
yeah, yep. Okay, it's, how do we call this form, by the way? Will have
future perfect.
Exactly.
The slums were demolished to make way for a golf course, and the inhabitants were rehoused nearby. The previous mayor, who is mayor? Mayor?
It's like the мэр города, I would say.
Mayor. Initiated.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
An ambitious plan to develop the city center, but it's run into financial difficulties, and the new mayor has cancelled the project. The whole area has. Oh, mm. The whole area has become neglected.
Definitely, yes. Mm-hmm.
The city has managed to attract a lot of inward investment and businesses and springing up and flourishing.
Doubtlessly, yes.
Hey, crime has crime had so is it
It's a regular verb. Mm-hmm.
so soared
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
soared in the 1980s, and the mayor's zero tolerance policy was credited with reversing the trend. In order to ease congestion, the government imposed restrictions on car use.
Definitely. And now, which or one of these words is less formal than its synonym in italics? All the other words are more formal than their synonyms in italics.
Demolished.
No. Demolish is quite formal.
Undergone.
No, undergo changes is quite formal. At least go through phrasal verb is definitely less formal than undergo.
Maybe flourishing.
Poured.
Yeah, really.
Of course, invest is more formal than pour. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, which place or institution you know has undergone serious changes? Well, when I read this question, first thing I thought about was the Valley of the Geysers, yeah, which almost disappeared after the landslide of 2007.
Big changes.
Probably school with all these
Oh,
pandemic
yes,
situation. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. A place or a section of society that has been neglected, in your opinion.
A section of society. Maybe retired people.
Great minds think alike. I also thought of caring for the elderly. Yeah.
Yes, because of rising of retiring age and tiny pension.
Pension, yeah.
Pension, okay.
Okay. What plan or strategy has the government recently initiated?
Distant education.
Okay, maybe. Someone or something that is flourishing.
My friend is flourishing after divorce.
Oh, I see. Sometimes that happens, yeah. And what has the government poured money into recently?
To Sochi?
Maybe. I thought about inventing vaccine against COVID-19. Yeah. Okay. And now they suggest us to concentrate on grammar, yeah, and perfect forms. So what perfect forms are there in general?
So past perfect, present perfect, future perfect.
And each of them might be either
Continuous.
either active or passive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, we have perfect continuous, but that's a slightly different story.
Okay.
So, anything else?
No.
What about perfect infinitive? Yeah.
Maybe I know about it, but
you must have gone to the party. Yeah. You must have gone to the party.
Maybe. Yes, of course.
One more thing. Well, frankly speaking, I don't remember the grammatical form for it, the grammatical term. Yeah. But for myself, I call it perfect gerund. Yeah. Like having something. Having done his homework, he went for a walk, like that. Yeah. So, and so we have 1, 2, 3, 6, yeah, 7, 8 perfect forms. And what do they all have in common? What does perfect generally mean?
That's the action as performed.
So it's like the key word would be
Generally, they all of them have the verb have.
Yes. So the auxiliary verb is have, yeah. And
the third form of the verb.
Yeah, past participle, exactly.
Yes.
But if we speak of meaning, I would say the key word is result. Yeah.
Result, yes.
Yeah, like I always tell my students, just remember, simple means fact, continuous means progress, a process, and perfect means result. So it has something to do with result, definitely. Okay, and now let's have a look at exercise 9. Yeah. And put the verb in the correct form.
Okay. Since its completion in 1997, the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, the capital of the Basque region of northern Spain, has become one of the most famous buildings in the world.
Definitely, but why is it present perfect?
Because it is one moment. It exists now.
Like it's a result for now. Yeah. Okay, number 2.
There have been some voices of opposition.
Definitely.
The slum has effectively created a barrier between the affluent north and the more deprived south of the city.
Well, if we look at this sentence only, yes, it would be correct. But if we remember the context, and we remember that that slum was later taken away, then we realize
the slum had effectively created.
Yes. Because it's before it was condemned. Yeah.
I see. Up until the early 80s, Bilbao has been dominated by steel plants and shipbuilding.
So we do have passive here, right? Why?
Because the action is directed to Bilbao.
But when did that happen? Until the
early 80s.
Yes, so if we, just one second, let me draw. Where's that? So if we draw like a timeline, yeah? And this is right now, yeah? That this would be 80s. And where is this domination? Is it here? Is it here?
No.
No, definitely no. But where is it?
Before the cross.
Here, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so we have, this is in the past, yeah? So we
Okay.
have the past before the past.
Yes, I see. Up until the early 80s, Bilbao had been dominated by steel plants and shipbuilding.
Definitely, definitely. Okay. Next one.
Okay. One second. If other mayors if other mayors hadn't secured their city's finances before him, the changes wouldn't have been so successful.
Exactly. It's very easy because what kind of sentence is it?
Third conditional.
Definitely.
If we ever achieve a successful city for children, we will build the perfect city for all citizens.
Yeah. And what is this?
Future perfect.
Yeah, future perfect. And the whole sentence, what structure is that?
The first condition.
Definitely. Okay.
Are the cities trying to replicate the so-called Guggenheim effect? Because they didn't, had been failed. No? Why? Because
where is the past point by which this failure result had been achieved? There's no such past point. It's the result by now.
the city is trying to replicate. Was failed.
No.
Has been failed.
Well, are we sure why they failed?
No.
No. So we are just speculating, right? What structures?
Will be failed.
It
No idea.
It may have failed.
Oh, so difficult. Okay.
That's a speculation about the past, yeah? Like it probably happened because blah, blah, blah. So, and the last?
Pinosola's administration then expropriated the land of a private country club. Having been cleared?
Having cleared, yep. Having cleared. Okay. And now, well, I think we'll postpone this exercise for the next lesson, but
yes,
we'll play nuts and crosses. Look, to put your sign, a nut or a cross, you need to make up a sentence using the grammatical structure written there. So, for example, I say, my mom had cooked dinner by the time I came home yesterday. And I put my sign, I put like a cross. Draw.
So, I have been studying English language for 20 years.
Wonderful. I hope I will have passed CPE by 2025.
Good luck. Present perfect. My home task hasn't been done yet.
Okay, great job. And my order had been delivered by 6 p.m. yesterday.
You are the winner.
And look, yeah, I won. So if you want, we can play that again next lesson.
Yes, because I haven't recognized that we are playing.
I see. Okay, okay. So, what's the most interesting fact or the most interesting thing you'll like carry with you after this lesson?
Vocabulary, of course. A large amount of new words for me.
I see.
So that's all. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the lesson.
Yeah.